let's get cracking then. So today is the 14th of December. Welcome. This is a 90-day planning session to talk about two of the models that underpin everything we do. I've actually got a sneaky little bonus third as well. So I always like to underpromise and overdeliver. So today is about sharing. It's about sharing some things that are going to be easy for you to use. And I like one-page plans. One-page plans are more likely to do. If it's complicated, it's difficult, most of us don't bother. It's just too hard. So let's keep it simple and let's look at how we can get the most out of the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. So fasten your seatbelts and I will switch to sharing screen. And let's make sure that you can see what I can see. So can you now see the 90-day planning staircase ladder going upwards? Give me a thumbs up or a smile or something if you can see that. Can you see it okay? Good, thank you very much. Thank you, that is good. So, two models for your business plan. This is about simplifying, getting consistent results in your business. I want you to have an easy life and I want you to learn from my mistakes because trust me, over however many decades I've been working and in business, I have made every mistake in the book, but the good news is I'm going to share stuff with you so you don't have to make the same mistakes. So let's kick off. I'm talking about taking the handbrake off because too many people drive along, and a mentor of mine years ago said the biggest challenge is that most people are driving along and metaphorically speaking, you've got one foot on the gas, so you're going hard as you like, you're working hard, you're just working full tilt, but the problem is you've actually got the handbrake on as well, or you've got your other foot on the brake. Now that doesn't work if you do that. So what we want to do is give you some simple things that will let you keep moving forward, press the accelerator or the gas for my friend Jordan, and then take your foot off the brake or take the handbrake off to make sure that you're getting out of your own way and moving forward faster. So let's have a look at what that means. Stop and go. Too often we're trying to do both. We're trying to, do I go with this? Do I not go with this? What do I do? And analysis paralysis is real. And if things are too complicated, or if you're in overwhelm, which I know happens with a lot of people, you've got a lot of stuff coming at you. So when that happens, it's time to step back, look at it and say, right, am I stopping or am I going to go? So this is about taking the foot off the brake. Well, gone too fast there. Now, can you see that one-page plan? You might need to move your pictures of your people around if you've got the gallery image as well. I'll just see if I can move mine. But this is the first model. And the first model is my personal favorite. What it does is it lets you have your business plan on one page. Okay, can you still see that okay? I'm hoping that's a yes. So the NEEBS model is 9 essential elements for business success. And you've got 3 pillars, 4 cornerstones, 9 boxes. It's as simple as that. So top left, you've got vision, mission, values, and goals. Now, this is all about the second model as well, Stairway to Heaven. This is the first one that you're looking at now, so you might want to take a screenshot. I can see people doing that already. Brilliant. Your vision books, your charts, the blue, the left-hand pillar is all about you. Why did you set up your business? What's it all about? What do you do? Who do you serve? How much time is going into your business? And your financials. What are your important financials? Because if you haven't got control of the money, you're going to end up in a muddle. Also, we need to know how much it costs us to run our business. Some people do know, some people don't know until it's too late. So keep your eye on that as well.
I'm sorry, Mary, it's Liz here.
Is the engine room of
sorry,
your business.
Mary, how do I...
where if this stuff isn't working in the middle column, you haven't actually got a business. You might have a hobby or a part-time interest that brings in some money, but to make it a business, that central column is all about getting your marketing, your sales, and your delivery happening smoothly and continuously. So it's like, it's just like a machine. It's like a well-oiled machine. Too many people go, oh, it's coming up to Christmas, or I've run out of money, I'll stop my marketing. Big, big problem. If you've seen The Strongest Man in the Truck Pull, you'll know that what you don't want to do is stop. Once you've started, keep going. Keep your momentum going, because if you stop, it's blooming hard. It's a heck of a lot more effort to start again. You watch those big giant stones that the guys lift. If they stop part of the way through, they are done for. I think it's pretty much the same with us in business. Keep going, even if it's small steps. Keep going, keep going, keep doing something, but don't switch off your marketing, your sales, or delivery. Now, I'm going to share something that I've seen too many businesses do. They get busy marketing and then they get some success. So what they do is they say, oh, right, I need to stop marketing now because I need to get on with the sales process. Once they've made a sale, then they're saying, I need to deliver. I need to deliver. So it's deliver, deliver, deliver. And then they forget about marketing, especially if you're on limited term contracts. So once you get to the end of that, it's too late to start the marketing, because that's why people's incomes go up and down like a roller coaster. So what I want you to do is think about how can you look at the marketing that you've done in 2020 and how can you smooth it out for next year? How can you have consistent marketing happening all the time? And there's more I can tell you about all of this, but this is just a brief introduction. So marketing, sales and delivery, very important, the engine room of your business. The right-hand column is about smoothing, scaling, turning up the profitability. Too many people want to jump in to the third column. I was so guilty of this. I want to jump into the third column and get that bit done first. It's no good if you haven't got regular income coming in. So the right-hand pillar is about scaling. It is about improving your profitability, because it's about duplicating, replicating, making sure that more than you are out there delivering. So your operations and your admin, your systems, your databases, your technology, your communications, all of that, and your team. I really believe that together everyone achieves more is what team stands for. And I know that to be true. I can do a lot, but I can do a lot more with the help of other people. So this is about getting the systems out of your head and onto paper. Too many smaller business owners leave that too late. They leave it too late. They're getting somebody to do something. And ask yourself this question: have you ever been frustrated because you've asked somebody else to do something and then they haven't done anywhere near as good a job as you do? It's disappointing, it's frustrating. Sometimes we get mad at them. Sometimes we part company because they're just not measuring up. But actually, usually the real problem is that you haven't, as a business owner, got it streamlined and systemized enough to be able to give it somebody else to do. Now, some people, whether you like them or hate them, or you're apathetic towards them, some people who've absolutely got this right are people like McDonald's, KFC, the Hilton, any big chains, Subway. They've got it right because they have a systemized process that works consistently. Now, you can do that if you've got that middle bit clear. If you've got that working, you can then note down all your processes and give it to somebody else to do. And again,
sorry, Mary,
talk about Mary. That. But here's something
Mary.
to write down. A system, if you write it down, S underneath Y, underneath S, underneath T, underneath E, underneath M. A system is there to save you stress, time, energy, and money. Now, think of how important those things are to you and think about where your stress, saving yourself, stress, time, energy, and money, where have those things gone and been taken from you in 2020? We've all had some interesting events that we've had to adapt and change to. So think about that and think about how can you adapt and how can you learn from what's happened to you this year to make life easier for next year. And results, of course, are really, really important. So with me so far, happy so far? Give me a thumbs up or a smile or a wave. That's good. Lovely. Some of you are joining in. Some of you not so much. That's okay. Now, when we're talking about goals and commitments, I think it's important that you actually look at, have you got a dream first? Because often we'll have a dream, then we decide then which we want to turn into a goal. Now, I'm going to show you in a second. Let me go back. I've been a bit premature in hitting that button. Oh, I'm getting click happy now. It's excitement, too much excitement for me. Let me go back. And it is going to let me go back, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Take your dream, decide which of your dreams are your goals, and then take your goals and turn them into a plan. Your plan then needs to be acted upon. And once you take those actions, there's a certain inevitability about achievement. So think about that and think, what are the actions I need to take to achieve this goal? Take the actions, even if they're small ones, keep moving and you will achieve. Give up, you won't. And give up, you've lost that momentum and it's blooming hard work to start again. There's a really important process as well, and that is to celebrate. Now, I don't know how many of you are good at celebrating your achievements, but I know a lot of business owners who are not that great at celebrating their achievements. I think it's a really good thing to say, I will take the time out to recognize how far I've come. So as you move up what we call your stairway to heaven, you move from where you are at the beginning to where you choose to be. As you move that up, celebrate every single step, every single goal. I'm not saying go crazy, but set yourself milestones and enjoy and feel like an achiever along the way. Now, here's your bonus model. When you're reviewing, carry out LBs and NTs. Now, what I'm going to do is stop sharing for a minute because I want to talk to you about LBs and NTs and why they're so important. LBs and NTs are great. They are a very, very simple way of saying, how am I doing? What do I want to catch myself doing right and keep doing? And what do I want to change for next time? So I'll see, I've probably got one here from the last couple of days where, here we go, I have LBs and NTs. This is not technical, not scientific. Anyone who knows me knows I like to keep it simple. You can type it up neatly, but you get a piece of paper and you divide it into 2 columns. So 2 columns are literally, what do I like best? Because the things that you like best, and I really urge you to capture everything that is good about whatever it is you've done, about the year, about events that you've run, about deals that you've made, whatever it is. Sit down with a piece of paper and literally, what do you like best? Because by actively acknowledging those, we're talking about you keeping on doing them. Sometimes it's too easy. We do things, we don't realize how helpful it is, so we stop doing it. This is capturing those moments for you and for anybody else that you're working with. Where have you done good? What do you want to keep in your systems? And then NT, next time, what would you do to make it even better? Now, please don't underestimate the simplicity of this. It really is incredibly simple. But people who I see who do it, I see massive changes in their results, massive changes from small notes, small moments of pausing, hitting the pause button, a bit like you are now. You've hit the pause button, you're coming in, you're looking at this to say, how can I wrap up 2020? How can I get all the things that I like, make sure I keep doing them next year? And how can I look at the things that I need to change? I'll talk to you about some of our own LBs and NTs in a few minutes. Now, you should have a lot of LBs and you should have just a few NTs. And this is not about saying this went wrong, that was bad, that failed. It's not about that. So mind your language when you do this. What I like best and I'm going to keep doing, what I will do better next time to make it even better. And Liz, don't worry about the fact that you can't see the top line. All it does is say 9-box model. So that's absolutely fine. And you'll see it again later. So I will come back to that. Okay, with me so far, LBs and NTs. So I would say it's worth making a commitment to yourself. If you haven't written it down as an action to do, please write it down now. You'll thank me for it, honestly. It might seem boring, it might seem silly, but honestly, it will save you heaps and heaps of time. So I'm now going to go back to share the screen again. And let's go back to where we were. Okay. So I will take questions at the end, by the way, and I'll stay on as long as you like for any questions that you have. So this is why I'm thinking, this is about your commitment to yourself, your commitment to your goals, your commitment to what you're going to achieve. Joe Wicks. We've all heard of Joe Wicks. I'm going to share this with you now.
Look at someone from afar and just assume that they're an overnight success. But in most cases, years and years of hard work and dedication has come before that. 10 years ago, I was actually cycling down the west coast of America with my mate Ted. I was having what I would describe as a quarter-life crisis. I came out of university, I had a degree in sports science. I felt so lost and confused. I didn't know what I was doing with myself. So we said, look, let's go and have an adventure. We packed up our bikes into cardboard boxes. We flew to Canada and we cycled 2,000 miles down the west coast. And it was like the most incredible adventure. We had the best time of our life. But I knew in my heart that when I got back to the UK, I would have to put my energy into something. I had to just start doing something. The only thing I really remember loving and truly enjoying and getting fulfillment out of was just exercise. And I loved going to the gym. I loved going to do classes. And I also liked helping my friends get fit or just training with my mum and dad or whatever it might have been. And so I thought, look, I don't know if I'm going to, be a successful trainer and build a brand or whatever that actually went on to happen. But I just thought, I'm enjoying this now. Why not spend your day doing the thing you love the most? I launched a boot camp in Old Deer Park in Richmond, and I didn't have enough money to buy a van. So I had a trailer on my bike. I'd cycle from Surbiton to Richmond and be there every single day, ready to do a session with, in my head, 10, 15, 20 people that were going to turn up. At the start, I was lucky to get 3 people come to a class, and some days nobody would show up. I would stand outside train stations in the freezing cold every day, rain or shine. I hated it so much. I was so nervous and embarrassed doing it, but I couldn't afford to do any other form of marketing. I really had no real vision or ambition for building a brand. I just wanted to reach more people, and I wanted to share my passion for food and fitness with the world. If you started something right now, what can you achieve in 10 years' time? What will you be looking back at the end of the next decade, saying, I cannot believe I've done that. Look what I've achieved. Look at the people I've helped, or the brand I've built, or the company I've established and grown. None of what I've achieved has happened overnight. None of it has come easy. What you're really seeing now is a snapshot of a 10-year overnight success story. So if you have a dream or vision to build something or grow something, all you really need is self-belief and a relentless dedication to keep going. Even when doors are slammed in your face, when people laugh at you or your closest family or friends think your idea isn't going to work, you just need to keep going. Tell yourself, I believe in myself, I can do this, I'm going to work to achieve what I want. And if you do that, if you live your life like that, in 10 years' time, you can look back and be proud and know that what you've worked for is because you've put in the effort, and no one can take that away from you.
Amazing, isn't it? I don't know how many of you are fans of Joe Wicks, but I'm a huge fan. And if you look at the stats on the bottom of that screen, you'll see just how much money he's raised. He raised £500,000 for the NHS. He raised money for children in need, 24 hours, 1.6 million. And this is the man who was nervous, who was afraid, who didn't have any money for marketing, but he kept his vision and he kept working towards his goals. So take that as encouragement. Most people are not overnight successes, and most people want a magic pill. Very few people will actually just do the work and, like I've got there, have the vision and the commitment to actually achieve their goals. Why it matters, it really, really does matter. So let's look at a question I got asked by Brad Sugars when Andy and I were action coach business coaches. one of the things that Brad Sugar said to us was, how committed to your commitments are you? And that's really quite a question. So I'm going to throw that out to you. You don't have to answer it here, but answer it to yourself. It's really important. And think about this between now and starting 2021. What's your commitment to your commitments? The things that you promise yourself, the things you say you're going to do. And I'll talk to you about how I've seen that differ from one person to another. They both think they're committed, but actually it's not always true. So here's a great thing I got, blimey, about 30 years ago from Peter Thompson. Some of you will know Peter Thompson. He said, make a list every now and again. And I share this constantly and always give him credit because it's where I first heard it. What do you need to stop doing? And again, these might be some lists for you, simple lists, but start to write these down or take a picture. What do you need to stop doing? What should you start doing? What needs to continue? Maybe it needs to be turned up or down, but it needs to continue in your business. What do you need to keep? Simple questions again, but they're absolutely fantastic. Now, we did this when lockdown happened. We asked ourselves these questions and we made big shifts. And I'm sure a lot of you have as well. So if you've got those questions, stop, start, continue, and keep. Those are worth having a look at over the next couple of weeks before we get into the new year. And I'm going to give you my example of 90-day planning, because this really hit home for us on the 13th of March. 13th of March, we were sitting in a bar. We'd just emptied our fridge in Spain. We were paying our bar bill and we were ready to fly back to England the next day. Well, that didn't happen because we were in the bar and we saw that Spain was going into lockdown. We went into lockdown slightly ahead of the UK. We were then toing and froing. What do we do? Do we go back? Andy had a speaking gig on Monday in Berkshire. We were flying on the Saturday. And when we realized how serious coronavirus, the threat and the pandemic was, and we knew that Spain was in a worse position than the UK, we thought, do we fly back or not? And we thought, well, no, we can't really. Andy's parents are still alive. They're in their late 70s. What if we picked something up at the airport and gave it to them? So many of us have had really strange decisions to make this year. I was on the phone to the people we were speaking for on the Monday, and many of you will know that's PIN, Property Investors Network. I was on the phone to Donna. We were backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. What do we do? What do we do? And we decided to shift everything to online. So our goal was to help and support businesses in these difficult times. We wanted to help as many people as we could to stick with you and support you. So we worked with people like PIN, where we have a great relationship with them. Think about who you work with and who's important to you. Who are your immediate networks? And what can you do to build your relationships with them? We did whatever we could to help those people. We also looked at clients and 90-day planning free Facebook group members. And we said, we want to be here for you. So we went live on Fridays from 2 till 3. You could join live or recorded. Those recordings are all available in the free Facebook group and people are still accessing them on audio and video. There's a huge amount of resources in there for you. So you can access those on demand. I'll tell you how to get them later. And all you need to go is go to the Facebook group, 90-day planning, and it's the free group. There's a membership group as well. I'll talk to you about that separately. You can go to files and then download the Friday focus document and you'll have a whole list. So that's there with my compliments. If there are things that you would like to look at between now and New Year or after, I'm not taking them away, I will add to them, then go and avail yourself of those free resources. So that might be a note, an action note that you need to make to go to 90-day planning free group and Friday focus in the files, there's a list. I've probably got a better way of showing it to you as well, but that's not quite ready yet, so bear with me. Okay, so 90-day planning. Oh, just heard somebody then who's unmuted. Okay, I will take questions at the end again if you've arrived late.
Yeah, who's calling?
Mark, you're not on mute. I'm going to mute you. I recognise that voice. Okay, so what has to change for me? This was what Andy and I did. We sat down and said, well, the things that we like best is we're here for you. Whether you're a paying client, whether you're a free member, you know, we're here for you and we will continue to be here for you. We're committed to sharing and adding value and showing up for you. And a big thing for us is that we scour the market, see what's going on so that we can stay current and share the best practices with you. We will only share tried, tested and proven content. We got great feedback from people and we had lots of appreciation, and it's good to share. I've had lots of people help me over the years, so I'm more than happy to, in my mind, it's like a kind of a tax. If I help people who can pay and will pay and are happy to, because that's a fair exchange of value, then there are some people who maybe can't, and I can do some things for them. It won't be at the same level, of course, but think about this for your business. Who could you be helping to give a leg up to? We love hearing about implementation and results. So we've had some great stories about what people have done and the difference it's made. We've got things like people saying, I've written myself letters before, I've made commitment statements before, but they've just been a fantasy. You know, it's never materialized. It's just, I could have written down any load of old rubbish. But what they're saying is that working alongside us and getting support from us, that has led to them achieving their goals and making a massive difference. As opposed to people who dip in and out and disappear, often what they'll say is, it's great and I'm full of good intentions, but I actually, you know, I'm not so good at implementing. So think about how that fits for you. We want to grow the membership in the free group and in the membership group, and I'll talk to you about that. Our NTs this year, what we needed to do was we needed to flex and adapt to suit the changing environment. The world was changing, everything changed. Fortunately, we were brilliantly positioned because we use Zoom a lot. Everything we do is capable of being done online. But what we did was we said, oh, is the free group potentially seen as like less valuable? Partly because doing those 1 hour sessions, some people would use them and love them and get great value. Other people, they wouldn't, you know, they'd be like, oh, I'm too busy, I'm too busy. And if ever you've seen that fantastic cartoon about, it's a load of guys with bows and arrows and there's somebody outside with a cannon or a machine gun or something. And it's like, I haven't got time to see a salesman. And the idea is sometimes you have to set some time aside. I am a big fan of it. Stephen Covey talks about being in the zone and spending, his recommendation is 20% of your time in the zone doing the important things in your business. They're important, but not urgent. Now, most people are too busy doing the do, and that makes it very tricky. So we thought, right, we'll start sharing shorter content. And we left the replays up there so that people could access them when they're ready. We also decided it was time to step up the level of support that we were giving to members and subscribers, because these are people who are, they've actually said, yes, I'm more committed to doing this on a regular basis and implementing and getting a great return on my investment, which makes sense. You know, some people want free, some people will happily go for paid. I've got a lady I know, she's fantastic, but she will never, ever pay for anything. Never has, never will. Her business is, it's sort of ticking along. It's not doing as it could, but it's sort of ticking along. But she's nice, she's lovely, and I'm happy to give free stuff away. Think about how that works with you. Are you happy to give free stuff away? We'll often give our best stuff away. This one-page model is golden. It works, it's easy. And I've had so many people say, using this one-page plan each quarter, not much else, just doing whatever they need to do, but using that one-page plan has got far better every quarter that they use it. Now, some of you know that there's actually a lot more behind that. And that's where we decided to split it to free and members. So as we've eased out of lockdown and second lockdown, we see two ways forward. The free group, 90-day planning, please either take a screenshot, make a note of it, or if you're already in it, please use it. Some of you have, and that is great, but just make a mental note, because we can be busy with overwhelm. We can be too busy, too much coming at us. Think about your notifications from different groups, and maybe it's time to stop being in some groups and step up some of the others that you're in. It's entirely up to you. Give it some thought though. And the second way forward is, 90-day planning membership. Now, this is by subscription and invitation only. This is not a big sales pitch, but it is an offer and an invitation, because we have only told people about this who we already know. We've only told you. We haven't gone public. We haven't put anything out to the marketplace yet. We're talking to you because we know you. And we want you to make sure that you are, first of all, taking full advantage of what's already there for you and seeing just if this is right for you. So, Founder Member is open, and it's only going to be open until the end of this year, beginning of the new year. Then I'm closing it, and there will never be another Founder Member launch, ever. This is limited invitation. So this isn't a sales pitch, this is just fact. I want founder members to come with us on the journey, but you choose based on what's right for you. I'll explain what it means. First of all, the free group will continue, and it will grow, and it is growing. We're committed to still helping you at the right level. So it will be small bits and pieces coming through, and you will get them regularly. Please don't perceive it as a lower value just because it's free. There'll be shorter shares, more easily accessible, and we will update the resources list under files. The one I spoke to you about earlier, if you want to get those videos that are there already, go to the files section, download Friday Focus, and you'll see what's available. They're not live, although we will occasionally throw a live session in. Now, I'd love it if you would help me by sharing this with more people, because my passion is to help people succeed in business. I want them to get more help and do things without having the pain of doing the wrong things. So please, please take a copy, share it, use it, absolutely. I would love you to do that. So take a screenshot before I change, or I'll come back to it later. That link will be available again. Now, for those who are committed to their professional and personal development on a regular basis, I think these are the people who say, look, I really do want to join in and I want more help. They'll show up more, they'll learn more, they'll apply more, and they'll achieve more. If you want to dip in and out of the free stuff, that's fine. But members pay a monthly subscription and they get a lot more support. They get a private 90-day planning membership group, which we're active in throughout the week. A members only site with a full hub, vault, library of resources. It's huge. I'll see if I can give you a bit of a glimpse into it before we finish. Basically, I'm taking decades of content and putting the best of it into the members hub. There are weekly walkthroughs focusing on the 9-box model. So basically, every quarter, we'll have 9 weeks as we move up that from now to the future box. We'll have 12, 13 weeks. And what we will do is move up through the months and weeks, sharing with a quick email once a week saying, here, this is the box we're on now. And we will walk through each of those 9 boxes at an appropriate level. So I've got some members already who I am getting ready for the new year to start taking them to level 2. So anybody who joins now will come through level 1 with me, and we will keep going through those boxes. So it's not a case of I missed it, I haven't done it. This is just to keep getting you more and more familiar so that you can add to your resources and dive into the members hub and pull out the documents that are most appropriate for you. We also have group coaching and Q&A online meetings. We have a monthly deep dive into one of the boxes, and that depends on what people are asking for. And we then have a monthly let's talk through challenges and wins and Q&A. that's there all the time in the group as well. There's a monthly book club where you can participate, or if you're like Andy, many of you know Andy, my partner, Andy will say, I haven't got time for that. Just give me the, give me the summary. That's fine. You can do it that way as well. Depends on your own style. Quarterly, there is the full day 90-day planning session included in membership. Online, it's working brilliantly. Many of our members who before used to pay for the for the quarterly workshops are saying they actually prefer it online, because there are bits where you can duck out, get on with your planning, but then come back in. I'm still there. You can ask questions. So is Andy. We're both on that. We're both helping support you through the usual full day 90-day planning workshop with the 56-page workbook, as well as that vault of information. There's more, there's much more, but I'm trying to give you an idea. Now, the good news is you're invited, and you were invited to this because we already know you. However we know you, we know you. So we're in founder member launch mode, and it means if you sign up, you are guaranteed to get the lowest rate ever, and I'm going to fix it. Quite a few people have told me I'm a bit mad because it's £49 a month. Now, this is what people were paying in a lump sum in advance for the 4 days each year for the workshops. Now, only for founder members, I'm saying, if you want to sign up and join us, then that will be your fixed rate forever. It will never go up. It will include the online workshops. It will include everything I've talked about and all the support. If you're interested, then take a screenshot of that. And what I will do is I will make sure that we get that put into the chat at the end as well. But that will be fixed. Never, ever, ever will you see an increase in price as long as you stay a member in good standing. If you do anything crazy, and heaven forbid, we have to, remove somebody from the group, then that goes away. If you leave and come back, then the idea is that you will rejoin at the prevailing rate at that time. So that is founder member, and the idea of this is not stop and start. This is to pay it monthly, to commit to your commitments to yourself and your business, and have that ongoing support and training. So let's see, how are we doing for time? We're doing okay for time. This is good. I'm going to give you a very quick look at the website and a quick look at the members site. A quick look because we're still finishing it off, which is why we've got that link for you to sign up, because I can't give you the website details yet to go and look at it. As soon as it's live, I will email everybody and let you know. The member site has got a whole hub of the 1 to 9 boxes plus 10 for personal, because the whole idea is the 9 boxes, we're looking at it through the lens of our personal view. Is this right for me, for my life, my family, my friends, the people I love and want to be with? So there are 10 boxes including that personal. Okay, so let me come out of sharing so that I can come back into the room and see the chat. Thank you for helping each other with the LBs and NTs chat as well. That's very, very good. And let's see if there's anything else. Yes, somebody needed to mute their mic. I hope you saw that. Give me the baby, not the delivery. That is so funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do now then is I am going to fiddle about with my screens because I'm going a bit all over the place there. And let me share my screen and show you the website. Okay. I need more hands. Hope everybody's sitting comfortably and getting some good tips for the new year. Let's see. Okay, so I hope you can see that. 90-day planning. Why join 90-day planning? It's a structured path to help you survive and thrive, supporting you each week, month and quarter with the NEEBs, the 9 essential elements for business success model. and the momentum of 90-day planning all year long. We look at what the problems are in business, uncertainty, lack of focus, lack of, not commitment necessarily, but consistent commitment. You know, wasting too much time and energy, and the impact on you and what it means to you. So we help you get on track, save money. I will send you a link to this when it's live, which should be any day now. We're just making final tweaks to it. We have regular reviews. We help you stay on your track. And we've got a ton of experience. We've got a number of recommendations here. And again, I'll let you look at those in your own time. Christina is great. She's been a member for a few months now. Worried this would be the same as other courses. I was wrong. She's made more progress in a quarter, and in 6 hours than ever. We've got more as well. Nadia, I love that Nadia said she came to 90-day planning as a housewife and left as a business woman. We can help you win more often, more consistently, and more confidently. We've helped thousands of business owners. This works for all shapes and sizes of business. We keep learning so we can share it with you. We've made our mistakes, learn from ours, not your own. We've got it wrong to get it right. We understand your challenges. We've been there, we know what it's like. We've learned the hard way. We want to make sure we share the easier way with you. There we go. Liz, you wanted to see the whole picture, and it's obviously showing better on this screen. We've cracked the 90-day planning code. We're making life easier. And if you become a founding member, it's about you investing your time, energy, and money, and we are going to make sure that you get a great return on investment. A lot more stuff here. Again, I will send you the link, but there's also a community. Now, that's a sneak preview of the hub. And remember I said to you, the 10 boxes, there are sections under each, and you can literally go into any of these boxes, any of the 10 boxes, and you will have a whole load of resources. Some will be downloads, videos, click-throughs, checklists, templates. We're big fans of templates that you can customize. Some of you who've been on the challenge know that. We've just completed a 5-day challenge. That's done in the free group because we want to help everybody. So members of the free and the membership can go and join that. Members will get extra support, obviously, because I'm speaking to them on a more regular basis. But we'll take you through how to move through the model. You'll also get access, and there's literally click buttons to just go straight into the deep dive on the first Tuesday, and the challenges, wins, and questions on the third Tuesday. There's a community of people. That was one of the physical events that we took a picture at. Some of you might see yourself on there. And if you're ready to be more focused, then it might be the place for you. We're keeping it open for a couple of weeks. Normally, I wouldn't keep it open for this long, but it will be what we call a closed membership. And let me explain what that is. It means we open it once a quarter and then we close it. Founder membership will close at midnight on the 5th of January. It will close forever. This rate will go away. The guarantee for life of your membership will go away, and then we will reopen it at a different rate in March. Okay, so this is why I wanted you to know. And when the site goes live, you can join or schedule a call if really with all of this, there's still not enough information. There is a page at the top, and I won't click on it now, but there's a sign up page as well. There are also free resources. This will be an addition to the free group. So these are the lists that you'll get them soon. You'll get access to this soon. But this is the list that effectively is in your Friday focus in 90-day planning free group. So the download that's called Friday Focus, all you need to do is click through and you'll see there's a whole host, and there's webinars of Andy's, LB's and NT's explained. You've got a ton of information there. If I show you quickly the 90-day planning, that's not me or Andy, nor Andy. So we've got that video to upload, but you've got a whole host of things in here. You can click through and join the call straight away, so you don't have to mess about searching for links, or you can see all the call recordings. There's information from the hub. There's a calendar of events and calls or a question for me. And there is the hub that we spoke about earlier on. Okay. So again, you can look at any of these sections and there will be information and downloads within each section. You'll also have at the bottom a list of some of the downloads that you can access. So let me just show you another one. And this is a dynamic area, so this will keep growing and evolving. So again, we've got downloads, links to different pages. Primary objective is getting clients, secondary objective is keeping clients. And again, downloads, links, quotes, scripts, and coming soon, there's always more coming, and resources summary at the bottom. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of some of the things that are coming. So I'm just checking back in to see if there are any questions. Looks like good. We've got lots of things happening and going on here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the presentation and give you another place to get, another reminder of where to get downloads. So let me open up the presentation and get to the, there we go, get to that, and I will share my screen again. Okay. Hopefully you're making plenty of notes and getting lots of things from this. Can you see that okay? The oh, in fact, I haven't made that. Whoops. Let me make that full screen. Where's my slide share? Can you see that okay, or have I shared the wrong screen? Somebody will need to unmute and let me know if you have the what's your commitment or you've got all the slides at the bottom. Somebody help me out.
It's the Mary Collin, Mary Collin, what's your commitment page?
Fantastic. You haven't got all the slides at the bottom.
No.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. So the let me go back slightly. So I've given you a look at the website. I've given you a look at the members site. And as I say, you're the first to know about this launch offer, open until January the 5th, £49 a month. So it's lower than we used to get people to pay for just the 4 days. But obviously there's a lot more going on now because we know that most people need more help in implementation. It's not the kind of thing that you're going to lose out if you miss a week or you don't keep up and keep pace. Let it wash over you. It will get deeper and deeper and you will be able to access the resources whenever you want, if it is for you. And I hope you've made a note of that order form if it is for you now. It's open now, you can join now. And it's just there, it's happening. Now, this is the download, how it looks on your 90-day planning free group in the files section. It looks like this for a particular reason. When you go and download it, underneath each of these squares, underneath each of the boxes and the squares, you've got 4 squares. Now, the reason for that is because what you can do is you can go score yourself each quarter. Score yourself on how you're doing. It's not scientific. There is another document that's much more scientific that members will get and people who come to the full day workshop. Now, this one is just basically, I've scored myself before now. I've said I'm about an 8 on vision, mission and goals. I've got them written down. I can share them clearly with somebody. The minute I saw somebody with a vision book rather than a vision chart, I realised how much more I could be doing. So I went from an 8 to about a 5. It didn't mean I got worse. It meant that I learned so much more. So it was like going from Division 2 to Division 1 in a football game or something. You're playing with different people, and that's what business is like. So that's why your scores will go up and down. It doesn't mean you've slipped back. It just means, wow, you've just realised there's a lot more scope for growth. So scoring yourself each quarter on that, I would highly recommend, whether you do it with us inside the membership, whether you do it partly with us in the free group, or whether you do it on your own. Please, please take that and do it, because I know it makes a difference. I strongly suggest you set up filing systems in this order as well, because it's really easy. We've now got so many people who've done that, saying, well, it's great. I just set up a whole load of folders, subfolders, put everything in it. And of course, then in the Members Hub, that's exactly where you'll go and find all of your resources, be they videos, click-throughs, downloads, etc., for each of these areas.
Hello.
Okay, so what's your commitment to your commitments? Are you ready to take the handbrake off? Are you ready to put your foot hard on the accelerator? Whichever way you do it, then I would say connect with me on LinkedIn. Make sure that you are in at least the free Facebook group, or if you're ready, you can sign up now to 90-day planning for £49 plus VAT per month forever. As long as you stay a member, that price will never go up, and it will include all of the things we've talked about, and I'm sure much more. So take a screenshot, because I'm going to come off that now as we come towards the end. And we've done great for timing, but now it's time for me to stop sharing the screen. So if you haven't got it now, I can always talk to you later.
She's got some kind of a problem
But
with
now,
some cooling water somewhere outside her house.
somebody is talking about somebody outside their
Yep.
house.
Yep.
So I don't know who it is, but you
Oh,
probably
probably
want to go on mute unless you're asking me a question.
is having a day off.
So who is having a day off? Who's having a day off? I can hear somebody. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I'd like to do is I'd like to ask.
No sign of any books yet. So. No, I couldn't be bothered.
Can anyone work out who's talking?
What's the point in doing that today? That's not useful.
Because somebody, and it's interesting this, because I would ask you, this is
think
not.
about that actually. Yeah.
Hold on, I will
You
put it back
get
on
them set
speaker view. It's Clive. It's Clive and Cam. Clive and Cam are both unmuted.
If I go to Becky's, I'll go.
Right, Clive, I'm going to mute.
And Cam.
Cam.
And Daru.
This is great. Do you know, it's normally me and Andy will double team these things so that one of us can be muting all the time. But we've had the interesting thing with our appointments for residency being moved up. So he's moving around a whole load of appointments at the moment. So if you are, this is interesting. I would ask, talking about commitment, because it is a bit of a theme through this. You can download your Stairway to Heaven. You can download your 9-box model. Those are, and the LBs and NTs, you just basically create a list of LBs and NTs and keep using them. But those are models that I'm sharing with you today. In the Facebook group, there's also some free resources in there under the units. If any of you have used units before, and some of you have on the challenge, it's a great way to keep things organised. So if you do want to do the challenge and you're a bit late to the party, no problem. The 5-day challenge is in there. Just do unit 1, and then the next day unit 2, unit 3. It's all in there, including a nice detailed workbook for you to choose your option and work your way through it. So I am now going to open up for questions or comments. Who's got questions or comments for me? Because I'll stay as long as it's helpful to you. Now, what you might have to do is in the chat, you might have to put that you want to speak to me if I've muted you. But otherwise, question time now. Jordan, fire away.
I like to allocate things in queues, in quarters. So I think it's like 197, just under 197 US dollars for the 49. That can I make the payment of by quarterly rather than monthly? That
I
like,
haven't got that set up at the moment. Let me think about that, because that's a new one on me. I've not had anybody do that. We used to get people to pay yearly in advance, but I wanted to spread cash flow and make it easy.
and I get that. I have an account where if it's monthly, I'll just aggregate it and stuff it over there, so it's there. But I just, being a sole proprietor and things doing this,
Yeah.
and I'd rather it do this, so what I'm really enjoying about this is you hit a couple of key points that I came to in my own planning yesterday.
Yeah.
And on my Friday look ahead, which I do I take Fridays off, but it's file, admin, invoicing, ops, strats. It's my day for me. So
Yeah.
it's a day off of business to run the business. So I can just allocate. If you don't have it set up, that's fine. And then I'll just pull it over. I want to make sure that I pave the road of the commitment.
Absolutely. And I agree with you. I'm all about that evening out this business that most business owners have.
I figure my creativity can take care of this. That's always going to happen, but the other thing needs to do that. So
you're incredibly creative. So yeah, absolutely. And this is the thread that runs through. Brilliant. And Stephen Covey recommends taking a day a week off. And when I first heard that, I remember thinking, you've got to be joking. Take a whole day off to work on my business. Well, I do now. I do, and I have done consistently. Because if there's something that I want to do that's about working on the business, now my automatic response is, can I do that on Friday? And I mentally park things onto Friday. It's actually become more than Friday now, but Friday is my main, I know my trigger for Friday is I'm working on the business now. I'm doing some stuff that's going to move things forward. I'm putting new systems in place. I'm following up things. And I call it my fishing net repair. So I've never been fishing in my life, but my fishing net repair, because as a business, we are casting out our nets and bringing people in, and we only want to bring the right people in. So it's like, if you're fishing for one sort of fish, you don't want to get another and bring those in by accident. So that fishing net repair is making sure that all the systems are right. If my metaphor makes sense to everybody, but it's good and I enjoy it. In fact, Dom and I have been talking about this. It's like when you love what you do, it's just great, isn't it?
I love the repair the fishing net metaphor. That's perfect, because I always look at it from an architecture and urban design perspective. It's like Piazza San Marco, but if you stay there too long, you're gone. So you have to go down into the tight city street and then back up. So there's this pulse and the large is a rest and relief from the small, and the small is a rest and relief from the large. And I find that on Friday I can go, and there's a different exhale, not relief, but thank God it's Friday, but not because my week's over. It's because I can look back and go, what the heck happened this week? Were there milestones in the moment? Because 3 or 4 days out, it's still wise in time to capitalize. So I love your repair the nets, because I hadn't even thought about that. I'm doing that, but I like the detailed work of that to really get down into what's happening to your catchment area. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Jordan. Who else has got a question for me then? Whether it's about repairing fishing nets or commitments to ourselves or anything to do with the models. Who's next? If it's not a question, it could be a comment on something that particularly appeals to you or you're going to take away and use. I always want to hear what people are going to take away and use. So who's going to talk to me next? You're here for a reason. We've finished. We've done this session. I tell you what I will do. I'm going to stop the recording because if anybody's got a question that they want to ask, but they